Hello everyone, hello, welcome to Stash Watch episode 72. Hope you're doing okay, good to see you. It's yeah, I don't know, okay, almost February already. I keep saying this every week, I think, how quickly time's going, but it's going even quicker every day, I think. That's the Hope everyone's doing alright though. Stash Watch, those you don't know, before I forget to say, is basically where I go over relatively new things that I've bought this week or last week and that I hope to review at the weekend, basically. And by which I mean review and then have it out for, I guess, on YouTube the week after. It takes some time basically for me to review them, of course, and then have to edit them and upload them, things like this. So it's not always straight away. Sometimes they last in the backlog to be reviewed for several weeks, and then sometimes they get reviewed and end up come out for several weeks after that. In fact, I've still got some things I reviewed about 3 years ago that I haven't actually published yet. Maybe 2 years actually, but one or the other or both. Yeah, so it's an interesting one. So yeah, I don't know, we're getting up to Easter time really, even though it's middle of January or just over. Basically, Easter products are all over the place now, so that's the next thing to get really, is Easter stuff. So used to sort of wait about, oh hi there QP, great to see you. Yeah, how are you doing QP today? How's things for you? Yeah, are you keeping warm? It's quite, it's not the, it's not the warmest of days today. And hi there Alan as well. Yes, I can't believe it's Easter time for your, for your picture again. It only seems like about, well, a month ago that it was Easter before. Well, maybe, who knows? Yeah, you might have changed it to another Easter one, I think. But you know what I mean. I'm sure it doesn't seem like long ago that it was last year that you changed it for mini eggs or something along those lines. Cream eggs, I think it was. But yeah, I'm doing all right, Alan. How are you doing today? Yeah, definitely a cold one, isn't it? I know. What's the? Let's have a look. Let's have a see. So Nightbot says, and Jen's there as well. Hello, Jen. Great to see you. How are things for you today? You keeping warm as well, Jen? It's very very nippy up here in Manchester. Has to be said. It's been colder, but I don't know. Feels cold, definitely for sure. What have we got? 2 degrees, 3-mile-an-hour wind, 87% humidity. Slightly colder than you, QP. 3 degrees where you are. Yes. 6-mile-an-hour wind, 82% humidity, whatever that means. I don't know what it means particularly, but yeah. I guess it means it's well, I don't know. Yeah, cold, wet air, I guess. But yeah, hope I was doing all right. Yeah, just saying, I can't believe it's basically a lot of Easter products are what's to get really at the moment. I'm going to do a bit of a raid on Tesco again tomorrow, I think, maybe some other places. I want to find also the Tony's Chocolonely Ben and Jerry's chocolate bar as well. I'm not sure where that is actually. I'm going to have to do a search. It's probably Sainsbury's, no my luck. Yeah. Yeah, it's called it too. So I went out into the cold and got some ice cream. Well, why not? If you can't beat them, join them. That's what they say, Jen. It was low-calorie ice cream, so I stay on my diet, but not that great. No, that's a shame. I'd say the low-calorie, I mean, it's still high in calories, but relatively low in calories, is the Ben and Jerry's, I forgot what they call Euphoria range or something, but there's, I think it's salted caramel brownie, I think it is, and it's not as good as a regular full calorie Ben and Jerry's, but it's nearly as good. It's better than some of the full calorie. It's like, well, I take that back. It is really good, and it's very nice indeed. I recommend that one. It's still about I don't know 600 calories or something, but that's acceptable. I would definitely recommend that one, and it's but yeah. I don't think it's dairy free, unfortunately, Jen. I'm not sure if that would be good for you. Hi there, Joe. Great to see you. Yes, great to see you. Yeah, how are you doing? It might be dairy free actually, Jen. It might be dairy free. I'll look into that. Probably isn't, unfortunately, but it might be. Oh, what a pain. Typical if it wasn't, but it's a good one to have, that's for sure. Yeah, how you doing there, Joe? Hope you're doing all right. And you had a Galaxy and Ready salted crisp before the live, so my diet's definitely going well. Well, if that's all you had today, then I guess calorie-wise, you might be all right. Most of ice cream's 250 calories, but not worth it. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That is the problem. Opera does a good lower calorie brownie flavoured ice cream. Yeah, I think I might have seen that one actually. Well, I don't know if I've had it, but I think I've seen it. 250 calories though, but was it quite big as well for 250 calories? That's not bad at all. If it is a big one there. But yeah, sometimes you think, well, I'd rather have, it's I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? It is low in calories, but like you say, if it's not very nice, then you may as well just have 250 calories or something nice, Also, some pizza crisps and cheesy tuna pasta bake. All right, okay. So it's been one of those days. Well, it has been a cold, horrible day, and it's Wednesday as well today. Isn't it? Typically, better than Tuesdays, Wednesdays, because at least the weekend's in sight. But yeah, doing great. Thanks. How's your week been? Not been too bad, Joe. Thank you. Not been too bad. It's quite cold in the UK. I think we're saying you probably gathered. It's quite cold anyway, generally, especially compared to where you are. But yeah, it's been a bit cold, but not doing too bad. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, just been a bit of a hectic week. Starting the top 20 chocks and, well, chocks and treats, I guess, of all time, well, of 2022 today. So I've done the first one. It's going to be uploaded for tomorrow, so check that out. It should be an interesting one. It's the number 20 to 11, basically. So, yeah, that should be an interesting one. So that should be tomorrow. When it's cold, does anyone else feel more hungry or just you? Well, I feel like I want something nice and warm, that's for sure. Yeah, just like a nice warm soup or something. Yeah, I've been drinking probably too much coffee and tea at the moment. That's my problem. That's my problem, yeah. Speaking of warmer stuff, though, I did get the member review. I do have a member program, those you don't know. It's yeah, I do have a member exclusive review every week. This week it'll be What's It's Crunchy Flaming Hot. It's vegetarians as well, flavour corn puffs. Looks a bit like Knick Knacks, basically. What's it, Knick Knacks, I guess. So that'll be this one as well. Looks like I don't know whether it'll be that hot. The flaming hot ones are generally, I don't know. Usually have warnings, aren't they, don't if they're actually that hot. I think it'll just be a bit spicy. It looks interesting, but is it really What's It's? That's the question. What's It's Crunchy? Don't know. Look good though. Look nice. So check those out. So that'll be members view for this week. Yeah. How's everyone else find it though? Yeah. Do you get more hungry when you're cold? I don't know. Yeah, it could be a thing that really. It could be a thing because I think you do want a bit of comfort food, don't you? Really, and just generally. Every night some banana ice cream. Just over at banana and oat flour, but it's great. I say, is that must be more? Surely there's more to it than that. Yes, but well, not too bad. Is it quite relatively healthy then, Joe? I guess if you make it yourself, you know what's in it at least. So yeah, not too bad. And you can sort of weigh it up and things. I mean, sometimes when you don't see it, it's like you know, out of sight, out of mind, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I love banana ice cream. Just banana and cocoa powder in yours. I see. Wow. So some good, interesting recipes for ice cream here. Well, as I say, if you ever both, I know Jared doesn't do social media anymore, but as I say, if you're ever in Discord, I do want to do like a recipe section of things. I think it'd be quite good to do people's own recipes. So let me know if you're interested in that. Would like to do it really because it'd be good. I think it'd just be good for good chocolatey recipes for perhaps unhealthy things, but also healthier stuff that's actually quite nice as well. So yeah. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'd say that's the thing with the Discord as well channel. I do want to make it, you know. So people can enjoy it, to have different areas in it and things like that, you know. So, you know, yeah, let me know. Don't pressure on it either, by the way. It doesn't mean you have to commit to anything. I also got, I'm going to do a Fox's special thing. I've got loads of Fox's biscuits in the backlog today. I'm just going to do, I'm going to do a special, basically, you know, special review, I think, review special on Saturday. I think maybe not this Saturday, but the next one. I'm going to try and do that, a Fox's special, I think. So watch out for that, be a poll for it. You love the recipe section. Oh, great, nice one, Jen. Well, maybe I'll set one up, Jen, if you're interested in it. Because I know you sometimes pop onto Discord. So, yeah, I'll set one up and can post. I mean, in fact, there might already be one there, you know. Maybe I'll elaborate on it a bit. I think there might be a recipe section. Yeah, there is a bit of a recipe section, actually. Yeah, so I don't know if it's been used very much. Yeah, let me know if you have a look when you're next in. You know, I can always make it a bit more elaborate as well. I think at the moment it's just basically it's just a sort of different thread or different category or what have you. But yeah, there is one there, so you know, yeah, feel free to post your own stuff. You can post photos and all sorts in there. So as I say, I might make it something a bit more, no, if need be. You can do various roles in it, so you know, I've kept it sort of open to everyone, but you can do sort of various things. So it'd be good to see. Yeah, well, feel free to post stuff, Jen. It'd be great to see that. I do tend to be hungry in winter, probably because your body needs more calories. And that's a good point, that, Jan. Maybe that's what it is. There you go, there's science behind that as well. It's not just... does make sense, that. It just banana and oat flour. Wow. I didn't... And then you just put it in the fridge or whatever. It literally just works, it's that simple, those two things together. And Jen does banana and cocoa powder. Interesting. Yeah, sounds a good idea, yes. You could put your mum's chili beans in there as well, QP. How about that? Yeah, so QP's mum section, how about that? Yes, and so good. Yeah, I got also speaking of Easter before. I think someone mentioned in one of the comments actually. I think I thought I'd reviewed it, but maybe I hadn't. But it's the Kinder Joy. Look at this. I thought I'd review. I think I reviewed something that was basically half a Kinder egg before. This obviously is one. I don't know what the gist of it is, but it'll be interesting to review. Maybe it says on the back something interesting. Well, it says warning. It's probably a sweet in there. Toy inside. Small parts. Adult supervision recommended. Hey, not for 0 to 3-year-olds. It's got like an unhappy face on the kid. But yeah, there we go. Right. Well, it's crispy wafer bites on a milky and cocoa cream. And milky cocoa creams with a surprise toy. Interesting. Should be interesting to see that one. Yes. Tried that and wasn't a fan. I say okay. Yeah, I do get the impression it's probably one that might I don't know, yeah, not be quite as good as you'd think. I mean, I guess a Kinder. When did you last have a Kinder Surprise? Anyone? I remember there was a big thing when I was younger. Teeny Terrapins or something was a big thing. But yeah, I don't know. Not seen them. I don't know. Not had them for a long time. They've always seemed to be a bit. I don't know. I guess they're a good idea, but you know. Maybe one good thing for Kinder Surprise, you can use the eggs as like if you do like a custom draw for say I don't know football results or something. If you're doing any kind of pretend draw for some sporting event, you can use the the shells as little containers for numbers and stuff like that. A few months back was it? A few months back. Goodness me, I didn't realise it'd been out that long. Maybe it has. Yeah. Oh, sorry for a Kinder Surprise. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I've not had one for a long time. Maybe I should have. I don't think I've reviewed them on the channel actually. Maybe I should. Yeah. Then you spread on a plate evenly, let it get frozen, cut into small cubes. Cute ice cream cubes, then you say. That is quite interesting. Yeah, I'll see. You have to try these things. They sound quite simple, don't they, really? Just banana. I mean, I guess the temptation is to add in loads of extra stuff, Yeah, so, I know you kind of eat quite healthily, Jow, so maybe I don't know if I'd be used to such a non-sugary ice cream, but it'd be worth trying. It does sound interesting. I do like bananas, so yeah. Right, yeah, so I got these. Well, this will probably be for the I was going to say foxes. No, I never actually kind of went off on something else. I think yes, the foxes. I'm going to do a foxes special thing on one of the Saturdays coming up. And I've got the chocolatey, these new limited edition chocolatey orange rounds as well. I think QP was saying these have got smaller, haven't you, recently? I've got some older ones. I've got like ones I've had for about a year or something, which might. I've still biscuits, still be fine. But I'm going to review them in a special thing anyway. Raspberry ones, I think. So I've got about 5 or 6 of these to go. So, yeah. Going to do a Fox's Fabulous Special. I need to get things reviewed because the problem being is they just stay in the backlog for ages. I need to just get them done, I think. I made this mistake before where I just left things in the backlog thinking I'll review them and just never get around to them. Simple and quite s'more-ish, yeah. Banana is sweet by nature. Yeah, I guess that's true. Actually, isn't it? You don't need to add anything else into it, do you, really? And relatively good for you as well, compared to chocolate ice cream. I just polished the last of those two tomorrow. The last 2 of those tomorrow. I love them. They're small in the selection box. Small in the selection. Oh, really? So they're actually... That is a bit rubbish, isn't it? It's actually small in the chocolate selection. That is pretty poor. I know they do that sometimes with... Yeah, I know they do that with some chocolatey things or some... Well, more crisps, isn't it? The crisp bags are small in the multi-packs. But you shouldn't do that with the chocolate ones. Especially when you think all they would do is siphon them off to one side. From the regular packs. Yes. Yesterday rather, yes, tomorrow, yeah. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I didn't register what you did, yeah. Post them off tomorrow. You've already done it tomorrow. We'll keep you as a time travel as well, honestly. Yeah, so I'll say more. Well, in fact, before I get to this Easter, I do want to review this. Whether I will, I've had loads of these Princess wafer bars before. It seems to just be all they do, really. But this one might be one for you, Joe, as well. Intense peanut butter. Okay, I thought this looked pretty good. A wafer bar with those peanuts as well. I assume they're peanuts in front of it. But yeah, so wafer bar with peanut butter in between. So that looks pretty good. Princess seems to do is Nestle. Seems to be I don't know if they're Polish, but they're in like the foreign food section of the supermarkets generally. I mean, usually in Asda and Morrison's I've seen. I think it's Warsaw. I think so. It looks like Polish. Yeah, interesting one then. Yeah. Quite cheap as well, really, these bars. So that's quite an interesting one. That could be quite good. Polish. Did I fill in the blanks for you there, QP? Because when I read it, I feel like I read it like you meant it to. I don't know. Even saying yesterday, I'm not sure, but maybe I just didn't register it. But oh dear. Yeah, spotted those wafer mini eggs you like today in Tesco, along with the new ones. Milk white and dark. Yeah, I need to have. I'm going to go to Tesco tomorrow. Yeah, those milk white and dark. I mean, I did enjoy those a lot. Yeah, I did enjoy those a lot. They were very good. Those. Yeah, got the review of the Kinder Bueno mini eggs coming out soon as well. Should be out soon, I think. But hope you're doing all right, Andrew. Good to see you, by the way. Yes, good to see you. What do you say? You seem to have bits of something in the shell. Yeah, it's definitely the thing, isn't it? I think I seem to remember you saying that last year as well. Wasn't it a thing last year also? Yeah. You wrote it wrong, I say. Don't worry, keep it easily done. I think I did, what did I? Yeah, the Princessa one, yes. So yeah, I'll say lots of Easter stuff at the moment, and it's quite interesting how many new Easter things there are. So I'm not going to hold back with Easter things. I'm going to start churning them out now, I think, because if I leave it too long, it just gets to Easter and I've not reviewed everything. So I just need to get it done, really. There's also a Cadbury Dairy Milk Chunky Easter with a thicker shell. I was looking for the white Kit Kat Chunky with Biscoff, but it's not out yet. That's on the Milky Bar Gold. Still waiting. Yeah, keep an eye out. I was still looking for the Biscoff White Bar as well that Scotty was talking about. It's in Morrison's apparently, but I've not seen it yet. And Scotty swears by it, so I'm quite excited to look for that. So I need to get. I've got the dark chocolate ones to do as well. Hopefully get them done. Might get them done this weekend actually in the backlog. Yeah, last few years have been all about putting bits in the chocolate bars in the shells. Easter eggs and put crushed up mini eggs in chocolate bars. I do like them. I do prefer that with Easter eggs when you've got crunchy bits in. I just think it really adds to the experience, you know. But yeah, hopefully those yes, the most rough ones will be out as well this year. Those various lovers eggs, you know, like milk chocolate lovers, white chocolate lovers, and dark chocolate lovers. Very good those. £5 they were as well. Fortunately, Cadbury have come out with salted caramel eggs for the first time this year, even though the trend was 5 years ago. No, I've got them. I've done the review of those. Might have posted a hint of it on Instagram the other day. So I'm going to hopefully get them out as well soon. Another review I've got to do. I think tomorrow's going to be the top 20 Chocs part 1, so 20 to 11. But then probably Friday will be that one, I think. I want to get that one out soon, so yeah. But yeah, very strange it took them so long. All you have to do is add the salty taste to the caramel that they already do. So I think we spoke about that before, haven't we, really? Speaking of Easter things again, Milky Bar Mini Eggs Bar. There we go. So I guess it was basically the Smarties bar, wasn't it, before? But presumably, I mean, I don't think it's actually mini eggs. I think it's just mini Smarties in there. But who knows? They might be smart, different shape, maybe. I mean, I think Terry's did a mini eggs bar, didn't they? But it was actually just mini. Well, it wasn't mini Smarties because they don't do Smarties, but you know. So does it say? White chocolate with 80% mini inclusions, milk chocolate and sugar shell. Okay, so it just goes mini inclusions. So could well be just mini Smarties, basically. Probably are. If I was Nestle, I don't think I would make a new mould. When no one's going to really notice, other than me, of course, when I review them. But you never know, they might do it. We'll find that out. I haven't seen this dairy milk. I haven't seen a dairy milk chunky Easter egg. We need to look out for them. Yeah, well, Tesco seems to be quite good for Easter products quite quickly, quite soon. So I would definitely check Tesco out. They've got a good half aisle of it already. That was a couple of weeks back. I feel like the white chocolate tastes better in small quantities like buttons. Yeah, generally for me it does. Well, it catches in my throat a bit, white chocolate generally. Some of it's not so bad, but yeah, or with something else. I think like with crunchy bits in. I think I don't mind white chocolate though, but as I say, yeah, it has to be. I'm quite fussy about it as well. Really, it has to be just right. Yeah, to repurpose those things. Today in Heron, I saw Aero white snow bubbles next to the mini eggs for Easter. Is that same product, but one round, one is oval. Yeah. It annoys me the way they're not actually egg-shaped as well. I hate it when companies say they're mini eggs and they're just like rugby ball shaped. It really just irritates me that because they're not, you know, I know it's possibly being pedantic, but I mean, an egg is an egg, isn't it? I know you probably can get some eggs that are oval shaped. I'm not saying you can't. I mean, you know, probably is a thing, but I think eggs generally, you know, are recognised as being not oval or circular, you know. I always thought they should do thick Yorkie Easter eggs, but they never have done. Tesco get all their Easter eggs out in December these days. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? That funny why they do that, especially when it's near Christmas. But yeah, Yorkie Easter eggs. It's weird that, isn't it? You don't get just a solid. Well, I guess you do get those dairy milk mini eggs. Yeah, but it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be impossible to break, wouldn't it? That's why. But it'd be nice to have a solid Easter egg, or at least some, I don't know, or in some way that could work. Maybe it'd be all in little segments. I think one did one in little segments, didn't they? What company was it? I'm sure it was like a really expensive, you know, did like a solid chocolate Easter egg, but it was all in little chunks. I seem to remember seeing that. Am I starting a war if I admit Yorkie tastes like cheap chocolate to you? Well, to be fair, QB, it does really, but for some reason I quite like it. I don't know why. I mean, Nestle milk chocolate is just not that great generally, I think. I'll put that back on. Yeah, you know, but for some reason Yorkie, I don't know, I think it's just how thick it is, I think. It just seems to work for me. I don't know why. There's something about it. It's like that chocolate chunk as well in Milk Choc Block in Quality Street. I quite like it, even though it's the same thing pretty much. There we go, it's Chalky too. Well, that's fighting talk, yeah. He's chalky too, and he does have a funny taste, but for some reason it just works for me. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. stand up to scrutiny at all, because as I say, Nestle milk chocolate is not the best, and you taste it in Kit Kats and stuff. You know, really, if it wasn't for the rest of the Kit Kat, you'd probably be like, well, you know. But for some reason in York, even though it's just milk chocolate, it just seems to work. I don't know, for me anyway. Yeah. Maybe it's a bit like a Marmite thing. I don't know. But I do like Yorkies. I don't know why. Yeah, Yorkie tastes like cheap Nestle chocolate, but the chunkiness makes it work. Yeah, I guess that's Andrew's coming around from there. I have a soft spot for the chocolate Mars using their Easter eggs, and on Milky Way's lecture, one rung below Galaxy. Yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know. Really. Yeah, maybe. The things for Mars is probably the sensors that make it a bit sickly for me, but I prefer them when they're refrigerated. Interesting. But yeah, like a guilty pleasure almost, isn't it, Andrew? It does taste a bit cheap to me too, but I still like them. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those weird things. Yeah, but yeah, I do definitely agree with you, Cupid. It's definitely, I can understand it. Maybe that's why it's for men, I say. Do you remember those adverts for that? It was just, yeah, silly that, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sure Cupid said that before you made your comment though, Jen. I mean, don't unless you're really starting a war, but yes, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Odd that. It really is odd. Reminds me of the Monty Python sketch, actually. Basically, I don't know if you know, Jen, but it used to be a thing for Yorkie. I don't know if it's still the case. It was supposed to be silly, really, when it's saying it was not for girls. We used to have like girls wearing fake moustaches buying it and stuff like that. There's like a Monty Python sketch as well, The Life of Brian, I think it is. It has a similar affair going on, you know. Yeah, where women are banned from doing something, but it's just a crowd of people. It's just all women wearing fake beards and stuff. Just silly. And Cabby have brought out a 1 kilogram bag of mini eggs. 1 kilogram bag of mini eggs. Goodness me, that's ridiculous. What was it you bought once? You bought a 320 kilogram bag of something, didn't you, QP? Do you remember that? I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. They used to do kilogram bars of dairy milk. I've not seen them since. I think I've seen 500 grams and 750 grams, but it's not kilograms yet. Yes, the chocolate used some Maltesers too, and Mars bars and Easter egg form. It's just really nice. Yeah, it just works. Not the finest quality, but just nice. Just works. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Yeah. No, I agree with you there. I think Mars chocolate does seem to taste pretty good, actually. Well, you know, it just works, doesn't it? It has a quirkiness to it. You know. Have a quick drink. Again, it means the Mars chocolate QB. He's probably answered it before, but yeah. They changed the recipe for the Yorkie a while back, right? They might have done. They changed the segment counts. They used to be able to spell Yorkie with the segments, so you had like a Y, O, R, K, and I, and E. 6 segments, and then basically they changed it to only 5, so you could no longer do that. So, so now they have Yorkie written in full on each segment. But the thing is, they're saying it's to reduce calories. But then they released one thing they also did a while back was they banned king size bars in the UK, so you couldn't say have like a king size Mars bar or something like that. So what they do is they do duo bars now, so you get 2 mini bars together. So they're just getting around it. But then they did that with Yorkie. So Yorkie was saying, oh, you know, we're trying to stop people eating too many calories and things, and that's why we've took off, you know, a segment. But then they've done a duo Yorkie bar. They did one. I've got it upstairs, which was 2 3 segmented bar, 2 3 segment bars. So it's 6 segments like the old one used to be. You know, so. I don't know if they changed the chocolate. Maybe they did, but that's something they've definitely done. And yeah, honestly. But Keepy thinks so. Maybe they have then. Maybe they have for the worst. I've not had one for a bit now. So I did have the orange one not ages ago. Not ages. Well, maybe it was quite a while ago now. Problem with doing this review channel, you can't really. It's hard to just get some chocolate just to enjoy it, you know, because you've got so much to review. Well, we do enjoy it, of course, but you know, these 2 army ration Yorkies years ago. It said not for civilians on the side. Goodness me, not that I've seen any, not ever been in the army, but I've seen the pics online. I don't remember seeing that, goodness me. Goodness me. Were they just a joke there, really, you know? It was a joke. But, yes, keep them in the chocolate Mars, yeah, there we go, yeah. Mars bars and Milky Ways. Not like Galaxy, but not quite. Yeah, I guess they're owned by the same people, aren't they? So they probably use something similar. Yes. You're tired today? Oh, no worries, Cupid. It's one of those days. It's a typical Wednesday, I think, isn't it? And it's, you know, cold and horrible, and yeah. And I've been a bit tired recently. I've been sneaking back, going to bed a bit later again now. So there we go. Here's the ones I've got, and I did find these. I got these, you know, BN McVitie. Well, I don't think they're owned by. Well, maybe they are owned by McVitie's actually. But anyway, BN They have a biscuit range coming out with little smiley, like a sandwich biscuit with smiley faces on. Well, they're now doing mini rolls. And I did buy these, and I couldn't resist eating them actually because I was just peckish the other week. So I've already ate these, but I got them to review again. 100 calories per mini roll. Mini roll raspberry flavor. This is definitely up against the Cadbury's mini roll raspberry, which I think is actually the best one. I don't know. This one's got no actual raspberry in it by the looks of it. You know, like the Cadbury one, which is flavouring. So it says raspberry flavour. So yeah, got a lemur there for some reason. Why is there a? I don't know why there's a lemur there, but there is one. Maybe because of the stripy tail. I don't know, but there we go. Yeah, so BN mini rolls anyway. So they're a thing. So going to try and get them reviewed at some point. It's usually quite short sell-by dates on rolls. So we have to get them done quite quick. No, May 2023. So long time yet. Although it'll soon be here. It will soon be here. Yes. I had a Yorkie recently. It was nice enough just to use your Nestle milk chocolate. That's not great, but works in chunk format. Yeah. You didn't notice anything different than Andrew? Maybe, well, you know, yeah, I don't know. If the Kit Kat wasn't chunky, it wouldn't be as popular, I reckon, yes. Yeah, well, I guess they have the regular Kit Kats, don't they? You know, I like the normal ones. Yeah, I think you're right. The Kit Kat Chunkies, you know, I'm sure they've shrunk as well. They don't seem that big at all anymore. I'm sure they used to be a lot bigger than they are now. I think relatively tiny. I mean, they're still bigger than a regular Kit Kat, but they don't seem that big anymore. I feel like they've shrunk. I really do feel like they have. But yeah, you're right, QP. I think the chocolates in Kit Kat as well. They changed the recipe a few years back. They changed it to the amount of cocoa percent they had in it or something. I remember doing a comparison. It doesn't taste as good as it used to, but I'm used to it now. So yeah, chunky chocolate is more popular. Well, you know, I guess it's just more of it, isn't there? You know, you can use. I mean, you can use regular Kit Kats as a straw, but you can use Kit Kat Chunkies as straws as well. If you nibble off both ends and have like a hot drink or something, it does work. It softens all the middle as well. It's a bit of a mess if you don't get it just right, but worth doing. They did. The only reason I buy it is for the wafer. Yeah, it just seems to work. It's like Andrew was saying with the Yorkie, you know. I think Kit Kats just seem to work as well. They just work, you know. They just work. Yeah. Some are definitely better than others, but there we go. But that's lovely. Yeah, give it a try, QP. And it surprisingly works, surprisingly easy. You know, it's not difficult. You know, you don't have to sort of. It's not something you think, oh, surely it can't work very well. You've got to really sort of, make an effort to make it work. It actually is. It works pretty well. Definitely try it. But the wafer is made from broken Kit Kats. I know which came first, the middle or the not. Well, it's the cream, isn't it? It's the cream middle bit that goes between it. Yeah, but I don't know which came first. Then the the wafer cream or the Kit Kat. I don't know. But yeah, I did it. That's surprising, isn't it? That I didn't. Yeah, bizarre, isn't it? That. I saw they're doing boring cream egg cake bars again this year, which just have the jelly stuff inside, not real cream. I know it's a shame that isn't. Why? Yeah, why? Not the real cream egg fondant. They did have the mini egg ones, which are nice. I mean, the thing is, mini egg ones, they just because it's got a mini egg on it or whatever it is, they're just nice, aren't they? Those. But yeah, I wish Cadbury were a bit more interesting with the cake stuffs. I think it's just because it's probably not Cadbury making it. Is it Burton's or someone whoever makes it? They just don't really use the same ingredients. Just use something that's roughly like it. I guess if they've got a supply of mini eggs, they can do those. But it seems like the gap between Easter products coming and going every year is getting smaller and smaller. It'll just be all year round, won't it? Soon, just be all year round Christmas and Easter products all the time. Mini egg cake bars are nice. Yeah, I think it's just because it got the mini eggs on. It actually has a mini egg on it, doesn't it? That's the thing, and I think that's just that's always just going to make them better. I think because they actually have the product. I do like mini eggs though. They are always got room for mini eggs. I mean, thinking of the B&M ones before. This one is the chocolate version. Now you see, it does have actual chocolate centre, which is something regular Cadbury cream eggs don't have, which is interesting. So. Got a parrot on it this time, not a lemur. I don't understand what's going. Why do one got a lemur? Why is this one? I mean, the lemur I could sort of understand because maybe the tail was ringed and it matched the ringy centre of this. But the parrot, I'm not sure. I guess he's dressed as a pirate, isn't he? So, why is he? I don't know. Anyway, let's not think about it. But there we go. B&M, yes. So not quite interesting again, but obviously going up against Cadbury. So regular going into Tesco, Asda, they've got loads of mini, cake products that they've done themselves now. They all look quite nice, actually. Never too keen on B&M. Yes, B&N's. It's in B&M. I think it used to B&M. I know the biscuits are they're okay. They're all right. They've got like a rice sort of paste covering, haven't they? Coating, I think. Gives a bit of an interesting taste. They're all right. They're all right. They're kind of like, I don't know, they're just, yeah. I know what you mean, QP. I've never really been too bothered about them, but they're not bad. When I have gluten, I love the mini egg nest cakes, the round ones. Oh, those ones, yes. Yeah, they're quite quirky and interesting, those. Yeah. They are nice. I do know the ones you mean. Oh, when was that then, Jen? When did you last have them? Oh, it must be such a shame not being able to enjoy all these things. You sound fussy. No, don't worry, QP. Don't worry at all. Just got, just got taste. That's all it is. Yes, you know good stuff when you see it. Oh, Nestle changed the chocolate they used on Kit Kats years ago and changed the Milky Bar recipe too. I never did anything to Yorkie. Yeah, I don't know. Well, so I think Jen and QP said they did. I didn't see anything myself, I must admit, but maybe they did. But yeah, I know the Kit Kat one. I remember that. Yeah, it was about 5 years ago. I remember doing, as I did that review special with it. The nest cakes are lush. Yes, there you go, Jen. Yeah, they are. They're just a bit. I don't know. They're just a bit quirky enough, aren't they? You've got a mini egg on them. You've got that sort of, that sort of strange nesty top. This channel makes me so hungry. Oh dear, tell me about it, Jen. And then I've got to having all this chocolate around as well. I actually went through all my backlog before and organised it all. I've got so much stuff, So I've got some things out ready, got things to go through. You just, trying to keep on top of it can be really difficult. Yeah. We got good self-restraint there, Jen. Good self-restraint by not picking out, I'm trying to diet on properly now as well. I'm not eating much at all now, other than for my reviews. Difficult though. I saw some Easter chocolate coins today too and wondered if they just take the unbought chocolate coins from Xmas back to the factory and take the wrappers off and swap them for Easter ones. Probably. Well, they'll definitely probably use this. I mean, I think we've seen this, haven't we, with some of Nestle's products where, I think basically there's a reindeer one and a rabbit one and they're basically the same thing, I think, or something along those lines anyway, or they just, I don't know. I feel like one of them had a different mold, but I'm sure there was one that was exactly the same and he just repackaged it. I think he just changed the wrapper, actually. I'm sure they did. Yes, I always used to have a snack prepared, yes, to keep you going with the channel. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, it's not a good idea, really. Oh, but I'm sorry. Yeah, I know it's the curse of the channel, I guess. But well, at least you came prepared, Keep. That's a good idea. That really good idea. Had to give up to about 10 years ago. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I don't know. I guess hopefully you feel a lot healthier for it though, Jen. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Yeah, not. It's a shame. Can you have small amounts of it, or is it literally anything and it's just not, just causes you problems? Yeah. Don't need to die. Oh, thank you, QP. Thank you. But well, you can just feel it, can't you? I mean, it's very nice of you to say, but so you can just tell sometimes. When you just, clothes don't fit quite right, and this and that. And I just was eating too much. I need to stop really. I just, I think over Christmas and things, just before Christmas, I started just having too much too frequently. So I've just got to try and tone it down now a bit. Yeah. So yeah, it's difficult though. Really, it is very difficult. But. It's what you've got to do. Well, before it gets too bad, I think, But thank you, Q. It's very nice of you to say. Oh, just can't wait for this. I can't wait to just feel a bit more like I'm okay again, if you know what I mean. But there we go. We'll see. So I did get a few. Let's see, what did I get? Well, I did get this thing one. These vegan recipes. Some of the vegan bars are difficult to get to sometimes. I had loads of these to review, really. But I guess one here, this classic recipe, vegan smooth. Yeah, Lindt milk chocolate. So it doesn't, unlike the Galaxy ones, it doesn't say may contain milk at the top. But I guess it probably does have small print somewhere saying it is in a factory which contains milk. I'm not sure what to make of that really, Does it or does it? I can't see it. Maybe it doesn't. That's quite interesting if that is the case. Yeah, I can't see a small print here saying it is made in a factory that does have milk in it or whatever. So interesting. So that's quite good. So it proves it can be done if that is the case and I've not missed it. Yeah, great stuff. Well, there we go. Just goes to show, doesn't it? All those ones that say, made in a factory with milk in or whatever. Lindt have seemed to manage it here, or they've not declared it anyway. So interesting. Yeah, very good. Even a crumb of gluten makes you bedridden. Goodness me, flu-like symptoms, but it forced me to eat healthier most of the time. Most of the time, when you can do, yeah, well, It's a good incentive that being bedry. You don't want that at all. Yeah. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Jim. At least you got to enjoy it at some point, isn't it? At least it wasn't like that always. So obviously, I guess you miss it now. Really, what a shame. Oh, well, let's hope, as you say, keeps you making to eat better. I guess. Need to sneeze. Sorry, Jen. I feel like I've got to sneeze, but yeah. So what's nice food you can have then? That's me. What sort of things can you do that make or is it just really most things are just very problematic? Curious to know how vegan chocolate tastes. It's an interesting one. It's made with hazelnut paste, basically, QP. I don't know. It always tastes a bit dry, really. I know what you mean. It's one of those where it's hard to sort of buy. It's quite expensive as well. Definitely pay for the privilege. You always put them in cardboard boxes as well. I mean, it's a bit. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's like the people who they expect to buy vegan products. Obviously, they expect to be environmentally conscious and probably have more money and things like this, so they charge you more, which you might argue is because it's making them extra effort to make the bar. I don't know, but I don't know. It seems a bit strange, really. If you're going to be environmentally conscious, you don't just make, you do it for all your products, don't you? But yeah, it's always, I don't know. It's not as good, basically. I think is the gist of it. It's just not as good. So it's hard to. I would struggle to say to pay the extra money to try. It's worth trying, I guess, but it's just a bit chalky. I think this, like you're saying, gnocchi's a bit chalky. I think definitely you'd find this was, and it's just not really as obviously it's not as creamy and things, but it's not bad if you know what I mean. It's definitely better than you'd think it would be. Find it unfortunate that vegan chocolate tastes of the milk substitutes. The Cab one tastes of almonds. The Lindt one tastes of oats. Yeah, it's a funny one. I guess it's what they use, isn't it? Yeah, but that's the almond paste seems to be the thing for the most part. Whether they, yeah, but it's better than you'd think it would be. I think it does come across as a chocolate taste, so it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've got a few things. I think, where did I get these Sainsbury's? They might have been Sainsbury's products, I think. So at some point I'd like to try and get these reviewed. Got a few Sainsbury's things here. In fact, maybe I'll do, don't know, maybe a Sainsbury's special at some point. But I did get, actually, looks a bit, me might be one for you, Andrew. This one, if you like the orange creams from, or fries maybe, of course, but also Quality Street. Yes, there you go. Dark chocolate with presumably like a fondant cream centre there. Look at that. I thought it was just orange flavoured chocolate, but interesting. So Ritter Sport here. Dark chocolate with orange flavoured fondant filling, 38%. And 50% cocoa solids minimum. There we go, yeah. So yeah, so not too bad. Seeing more Ritter Sports going about recently, so it does seem to have appeared. Yes, they don't sound too appealing. Well, yeah, it's one of those, I mean, I'd try one if you can, but yeah, I don't think they're just not as good. Unfortunately, there's just no two ways about it really. But obviously, some people have different tastes. For some people, they might prefer it, but it's just it's more like chocolate than you'd think it would be, but it's not really that chocolatey. It is quite dry and chalky, really. But try that one. It's nice, quite nice. It's nice, quite a zesty orange. They do a mint one too, which is nice. I think I've done the mint one in the past. I think. Long time. I think I did anyway, but I've not. Yeah, I didn't see that one recently. I'm sure I've done that one in the past. Maybe a long time ago, actually. Maybe when I first started doing the channel. So maybe it's one to come back to. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. So maybe something to think about that actually. I did used to do loads of Ritter Spots, but they never got many. They still don't get many views actually. Ritter Spots for some reason. They just don't seem to get many. I don't know why that is. Even though they've got a massively broad range of stuff, but when I do a Ritter Spot review, it tends to not do that great. Mind you, some of my chocolate reviews take time to sort of get the views. I don't know, it's just one of those. It depends on what it is. Sounds nice and refreshing, yeah. It does. That's the what salted cow, which I'll come to in a second. But it does. It does really. It does. Although I reckon it might be. Depends what you like really. But obviously, if you bear in mind the Quality Street one, I always find they're quite catchy in the throaty, those fondant centres. So won't be quite as refreshing as you'd think. I don't know, but it sounds it and looks it. The dark chocolate is bright enough to not overpower the orange, but I think any more cocoa percentage and it would have done. Yeah, good point now. Nice not to fridge that one, and I don't usually like doing that. This is the problem with things. I've said this before, really, when I would love to sort of review everything frozen out of the fridge and just regular, but I just can't review things. It just would take too long, really, to do it. So it's unfortunate, really, where there's some products like Mars bars for me, where I do prefer them from the fridge. And like you've said in this one for you tastes better from the fridge. But I just can't, yeah. Now, reviews are quite long as it is, and I can't review. It'd just be too long, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. So I've got to kind of just review the vanilla version, I guess you'd say. Yeah. Ice cream and Kinder Bueno are very nice out of the fridge. I can imagine Kinder Bueno for sure. I've not thought of ice cream before, but Kinder Bueno would make sense for sure, because it would be quite ice cream like. Interesting. That I might try for ice cream ones as well. Interesting. As you might have seen, the salted caramel one as well. I think I'm sure there was a salted caramel one from Ritter Sport not long ago. Maybe it's just a slightly different recipe. Must have big chunks in it though. Look at that. I wonder if it's honeycomb or actually salted caramel chunks, but they do look quite nice and chunky. But Ritter Sport is definitely a nice. I mean, they've got so many different kinds of flavors. It's ridiculous, really. Salted butter caramel crisps. Look at that. And caramel pieces. So it's got 7.5% salted butter caramel crisps and 7.5% caramel pieces. Look at that. Wow. So it's quite a lot going on in there. They definitely do a lot of good stuff with Ritter Sport. Underrated, really, I think, especially in the UK where they, I don't know, but they've done so many flavours. I love dairy milk and twirl out of the fridge. Sometimes for me it's a funny one. Sometimes I quite like the softness of it, but then sometimes, it's not. I think my tastes change for what I prefer. So sometimes I do like it normal, and sometimes out of the fridge I just have a craving for it, just to give it that extra bites. Yeah, so I'm definitely. I know what you mean, QP. There, yeah. It's hard not to eat anything at once with chocolate. Well, that's true as well. It is quite hard to wait, I guess, as well. Have one the regular temperature and put one in the fridge for later. Oh, need to try the freezer. Yeah, well, that's a good point actually. Yeah, that is a good point. It does quicken it up. That is for sure. Yeah, what was it? There was I think it's Pop Tarts, isn't it? They're ones that you can have, regular temperature, toasted or frozen as well. So I was reviewing them for the members at one point, and I did do all three in the member review. For Pop Tarts, so interesting one, and they do work quite well in that regard as well. So you've got 3 ways of eating it. Well, you can do that with most things. Well, maybe not toast them, but you can do it with most things, can't you? I guess. Although some people do deep fry Mars bars and stuff like that, don't they? So, yeah, interesting. Now, really, oh yes, yeah. So, well, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's probably a bad idea to do more of it, because the problem is I'll never get all these reviewed. This is why the problem I had with a lot of these stash watches, when I used to just do about 20 things in a stash watch, just with too many of them, I could never review them. So it'd be like about 5 weeks later, and every week I'd have more and more of a backlog. I don't even think I'll be able to review all these this weekend actually, but because I've got a couple of things I want to do. I'm trying to do about 6 reviews the weekend, basically 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, as well as a live. Just see what I can do just to get through it. So I want to do some of the older stuff as well before it gets too old, So I've got like a list of things I want to do. So 2 old and 4 new, or 3 old and 3 new, or something like that. So just to get them done, basically. So I think 2 of these reviews this week I want to do the dark chocolate. What's it called? I forgot what it's called now. Biscoff bars. So I've done the milk chocolate ones. I want to get the dark chocolate ones done, and I think there's white chocolate ones coming out. I think Scotty's mentioned, so at least 1 anyway. So want to get them all that way, then I've done them all then. So yeah, fair few bits of Choc to get reviewed. And I'll say, just watch out for the polls as well. I'll be doing so. I think this weekend probably will do. Just get the Serbia one out of the way. I think just do that, and then after that, I think I'll be trying to do a Foxy special, an Oreo special, perhaps maybe some mystery reviews as well, things like this, to get a bit more back into it. And then of course, leading up to Easter, we'll do some Easter specials as well, I imagine, as well. So we'll get a few things there. Now, I don't know what to do this year I usually do like a big Hotel Chocolat egg, but I think I've done. There seems to be quite a good selection this year, and I don't know, might be a bit more mundane. So I might do like one of the expensive M&S ones maybe. So people have mentioned those quite a lot, so I might look out for them really. So some interesting stuff to come, I think, that's for sure. But there we go. Right, well guys, I guess that's brought us to the end of it. Yes. Your last comment made no sense. Yeah. Yes. No, don't worry. I know what you meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. Hopefully, I read it out right. But yes, it's hard not to eat everything at once with white chocolate. Yes. Just was all the new chocolate coming out at the time. It's hard to not try them all at once. Okay. Fair enough. No, I know what you mean. Tell me about it, Andrew. Tell me about it. Thank you too, QP. Great to see you. Yeah, great to see everyone. Great to see Alan. Great to see Jen. Great to see Andrew. Yes. And Joe, of course. Don't know if you're still about Joe, but great to see you as well. Always good to see you all. Really great to yeah, thanks so much for your support, everyone, and for turning up. Really good to chat to you all. Let me know how you get on with the chocolate. And Jen, yes, if you do fancy taking part in the recipes section, yeah, check it out on Discord. It is there, so just post anything you like. We can always, if you want to make it more, I don't know, put something in it or whatever. I think make it a bit more. If you have any suggestions for it, but it's basically just an extra channel for recipes. So it'd be good to put photos in and things. Anyone's always free to do it, of course. But yeah, it'd be great to see. Can't believe it's coming up to another Hotel Choc Easter egg special. I know. It comes so quick, doesn't it? Yeah, it comes. I don't know whether to do another one or not. Whether to do like something else. We'll see. The selection. There's one that I quite fancy the look of, but I don't know. It maybe wasn't. We'll see. I'll have a look. Maybe M&S ones will do more exciting ones. I think you mentioned a couple, so might look out for them instead. But we'll see. Maybe do both. Maybe do both. All right, thanks, Andrew. Take care, everyone. Really good to see you. Please leave a like, by the way, if you haven't already. Great, always massively appreciated. So thank you so much, everyone. Really great to chat to you all again. Thanks so much for all your support, and have a great week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.